Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Susan Shaw.
And I'm Josh Sanchez. Tonight, we'll take a look at the achievements, contributions, and history of Hispanic and Latin people here in West Michigan. It's a diverse community made up of people descending or originally from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. And each Latino culture has a unique set of traditions that we celebrate tonight, this month, and all year round.
But some celebrations looked a little different this year because of the current immigration crackdown and cuts to DEI funding. News 8's Nicole Tam spoke with event organizers here in West Michigan on the adjustments that are being made to festivals and why community members say celebrating their culture amid the current political climate is more important than ever.
Don't get scared to come out and show your roots and be your true self.
At Grand Haven's annual Hispanic Heritage Fiesta Saturday, it was a chance to come together and celebrate diversity.
It's a lot smaller than it was the last 2-3 years. It feels a lot emptier, so I feel like a lot of people are scared because of everything that's happening right now.
Even though it might look a little different, the message is the same.
I think it's just important to show that being Hispanic in this little town, like, you still have a voice. Like, you still are welcome, and you can come and embrace that, and we embrace everybody, all colors, shapes, sizes, and enjoy the food. Who doesn't like tacos?
While people are learning and embracing culture, organizers say they felt the need to take precautionary measures to make sure everyone attending Saturday's fiesta felt safe.
We do have security on staff who are vigilant, walking through the property to making sure that we are as safe as we can be.
The fiesta drew in some crowds, but the Muskegon County Latino Festival was canceled. In March, nonprofit Latinos Working for the Future announced that event cancellation because of heightened safety concerns and cuts to DEI funding. In a statement, board president of the nonprofit said, quote, "Our goal has always been to create an inclusive, safe, and vibrant event for our community, but unfortunately this year, circumstances have made it impossible to proceed." Organizers of Grand Haven's Fiesta and the Grand Rapids Festival say that they wanted to hold these events this year to try and help reduce fear and celebrate Hispanic culture.
We also try to focus on the good, right? There's a lot to celebrate: the vibrancy of our culture, the food, the music, and so we're trying to just maintain that energy going and focusing on what we can do, which is making sure we're present.
If we show that we can still go out and are safe, I think it would help a lot of other people be like, okay, like, they're out, we can go out too.
Plans are already in the works to bring the Muskegon County Latino Festival back in 2026, and the nonprofit is working to find new ways to celebrate culture, unity, and pride throughout the year. Nicole Tam, News 8.
In Latino culture, storytelling has long been a way to preserve identity, honor elders, and pass down resilience through generations, whether that's in the form of oral history, family gatherings, or songs.
News 8's Brian Sterling met up with a Holland woman who is encouraging families to preserve their voices and experiences, hoping to safeguard stories that might otherwise be lost.
It is just about the importance of legacy.
Chandra Martinez calls herself a failed family storyteller. After missing chances to record the stories of her own loved ones, she's determined to help others avoid the same regret.
We try to help people find the stories that really mean something to them. And our idea is that these stories will be passed down to family members. They're not necessarily for everybody to impress everybody, but they're stories that are personal and mean a lot to them.
Drawing on her background as a journalist, Martinez has launched Legacina, a West Michigan startup devoted to the preservation of family histories.
I think what we find out is that it's actually, research shows that the people who know their family history are more resilient and stronger mentally. They feel that if their parents and grandparents and ancestors got through hard times, they have what it takes to get through hard times.
The work is personal for Martinez. 25 years ago, her husband Daniel emigrated from Peru and became a U.S. citizen.
It's very personal to us because that's what my husband went through 25 years ago when he became a new citizen. And we're just so busy living life, we didn't take a moment to really acknowledge that or record what it felt like for him and all the hard work he had done. And so we know that's an important milestone, and we want to help people preserve that memory.
His story and those of countless other Latino and Hispanic immigrants has shaped her understanding of how personal narratives enrich the broader American story.
And I think for a lot of Hispanics, they have a lot of history outside the U.S., and if we don't share that, and sometimes it's remembered in a different language. So I think this is really important to the Hispanic community.
Through Legacina, Martinez is reframing what family storytelling can look like in the digital age, placing Latino and immigrant experiences at the center of narratives that define American life.
So I think in the Hispanic community, storytelling is important, and because for a lot of Hispanics, my husband's as an immigrant, there's a whole history beyond that my kids don't know about.
From Mexico to Michigan, coming up, the president of Kalamazoo College talks to us about his journey to leadership in higher education. Kalamazoo College President Jorge Gonzalez is leading the school through his final year at the helm. I sat down with him to hear how teaching turned around his plans that took him from Mexico to Michigan.
I feel that I won the lottery 10 years ago, and it's been absolutely amazing to be here.
Jorge Gonzalez has seen K College change from the president's office for the last 10 years. That decade is part of a longer journey in education and teaching that he didn't quite intend to start when he studied economics at Monterrey Technical in Mexico.
When you're in Mexico, you see poverty around you. And so what I decided to do with my life is I wanted to work in the government because I believe that better economic policies could eliminate poverty. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to major in economics. And when I finish, I'm going to work in the government. And so that was the plan.
In junior year, Gonzalez studied abroad in Eau Claire, Wisconsin to improve his English. While he had been to the United States several times during his childhood, this time away from home opened his eyes to different religions, cultures, and ways of life.
But at the same time, what it was really incredibly exciting is that I saw that despite the differences that I saw between Wisconsin and Mexico, the commonalities were much, much higher than the differences.
Gonzalez would continue to see those commonalities and the drive to explore the differences as he came back to the Midwest for his PhD in international economics. He followed his father's footsteps and went to Michigan State University. It's here that his track shifted to an education focus.
You force him to think deeper, to think critically.
He says it started when he was offered to teach his first class in 1987. He was instantly hooked by the opportunity to help students grow.
Because not only you're going to change one person's mind or you're going to make them a better citizen of the country, but as a result of that work, they're going to have a multiplying effect in so many other people that they're going to impact through their life.
His research and teaching career took him to Trinity University in Texas in 1988, then Occidental College in Los Angeles as Dean and Vice President of Academic Affairs in 2010, and finally K College in 2016. During his whole career, it was his mission to make education accessible to everyone and improve representation. He says he's been fortunate to be around other dedicated and knowledgeable educators. Looking back, he says the persistence made the journey possible.
I know for many students, whether you're in high school or whether you're in college, there's going to be so many moments in which you're going to doubt yourself, in which you're going to think, I don't belong here. My message to all of them is, you belong there and you're going to be successful.
Well, most of us would like to be able to relate to our doctor. We'd like them to understand our problems and be able to communicate with us on a personal level. Amber Kriska met one doctor who thinks that kind of bond leads to trust and better health.
Feel here for lymph nodes.
Dr. Julio Garcia Castro is examining his new patient at Corewell Health.
A deep breath.
He knows this is where he's supposed to be.
And out.
Family medicine.
Screening for diabetes.
Because he can make that connection with his patients and build those relationships.
Mi nombre es Julio Garcia Castro.
And he can really get to know his Spanish-speaking patients.
So good to meet you. It tends to give me insight on the barriers that they may face, whether it's financial barriers, whether it's dietary factors. It really has helped.
Dr. Garcia Castro says it's been a long journey to get to where he is.
The work of an entire community, so to say. My parents, while they have not, maybe were not able to help me financially, the support was just, it's always immense. They're always there rooting me on.
This husband and dad of two is a first-generation Guatemalan American.
My parents immigrated in the 80s from Guatemala, went to California, but then we transplanted here to Michigan. I'm the oldest of 6 children and the first one to go to college and go to grad school.
He says he always wanted to become a doctor.
Started when my parents were seeking health care. You know, people from underrepresented backgrounds.
Dr. Garcia Castro hopes when Hispanic patients see a Hispanic doctor, they'll feel more comfortable and maybe even inspired.
Hey, I can become a doctor. Hey, this person is like me. Maybe they know what I'm going through. And they're absolutely right about all those things. I come to work to make people's lives better and make their health better.
Up next, we're getting the lowdown on lowriders. More about a tradition in Hispanic car culture that's getting more popular in West Michigan. You've seen them in music videos, movies, and magazines for years. Lowrider cars, bouncing with the help of hydraulics. Now, if you attended last month's Fiesta Mexicana in Grand Rapids, they've turned up in droves.
So how did this Southern California-born hobby and Hispanic-rooted tradition go mainstream and make it all the way to West Michigan?
Duncan McLean found the local scene and has that story.
It's a tradition that actually has been around for a long, long time. It goes back to post-World War II, when the car culture was mostly hot rods at the time. A lot of the military guys had, they gained skills in mechanics and stuff like that. So for the Mexican community, you know, they wanted something to showcase their cars. So they would lower their cars.
With the newfound form came instant and exhaustive expression.
The car is pretty much your personality. So you build your car to your personality.
Sleekly styled domestic cars were the go-to canvases from the jump.
You know, they go back from the early 60s Chevy Impalas to your mid-80s G-bodies, which are your Cutlasses, Monte Carlos, and Regals. And usually that's your start right there. So, you know, you paint it, you customize it to your likings, your colors. You know, you pick your rim combination, your interior colors, and your paint scheme.
The possibilities with all those customizable parts are endless, as seen at Executive Motorsports in Grand Rapids off of Clyde Park.
That's what's beautiful about lowriding. I dare say it is probably the most creative subculture in the automotive industry, period, in history, right down to the paint jobs. I mean, you got guys that are gold leafing and pinstriping and laying patterns, and everything's tri-coats. I mean, paint jobs, you can have 200 hours into 300 hours into a paint job. I mean, it's insane. That's what I say. It truly is art, 110%.
The newfound art form, though, was met with resistance and discriminatory laws.
You know, it got to a point where they put laws on you couldn't have a lower car.
Those arbitrary rules naturally breeding innovation and the art form's most iconic brushstroke.
So that's where the hydraulics came in. So to bypass that, well, we put hydraulics on a system of car to raise it up.
Most of us will agree hydraulics are kind of like the defining component to it actually being a lowrider.
Those stylish American makes and models, now an even better fit.
The Chevy Impalas were specialty because of the structure, the frame of it. It was a stronger structural car. So to build it as a lowrider, you know, you got to reinforce it, and it takes a lot of reinforcement, a lot of fabrication, you know, to hold up to the hydraulics and stuff like that.
As lowriders went more and more mainstream, they started to inspire Hispanic communities around the country, even those still too young to get behind the wheel.
8, 9 years old, my older brother was coming home with lowrider magazines. So, you know, I started flipping the pages, and I seen these cool cars and this and that, and then I seen a bike in there. I'm like, oh, wow, lowrider bike. Like, I could do one of those. I got one in my backyard.
Now, Chico organizes lowrider shows every year in Grand Rapids, where the community building is second to none.
I've never been a part of something automotive related that has that level of camaraderie. If you're part of the culture, you're embraced. It doesn't matter. Nobody has to know who you are. It's the fact that you're part of the culture.
A Puerto Rican artist is honoring his heritage one photo at a time. Luis Fernandez had an art installation at this year's art prize called La Voz de mi Gente. He took thousands of photos in the summer of 2023 looking for the best stories, interviewing each subject made up of artists, musicians, and other creators.
I'm Puerto Rican, born in Puerto Rico, and after I moved to Michigan, I found that my people weren't here. And so during that time, I wanted to do something to reconnect with my culture. And so I decided to go back home and tell the stories of my people and bring those stories here to Grand Rapids. Obviously, this project is about Puerto Rican culture, but I think in a bigger sense, it was about being intentional and keeping our relationship to our culture and what it means to be, from the places that we're from.
The bilingual artist translated the story so both Spanish speakers and English speakers can understand. Fernandez says the project also helped him explore his own identity and what it means to be Puerto Rican.
Still ahead, how this local restaurant owner is sharing her culture through dishes she learned to make from her family and community. As we honor Hispanic heritage this month, we know the celebration unites several diverse cultures all across the globe who've made a home here in West Michigan.
News 8's Tessa Crush talked to the owner of a multicultural eatery about how she's representing all members of her family through her food.
Okay, so let's start with the baleada.
When Cecia Castillo cooks,
You start just with your fingers,
it's more than just a meal.
like a Play-Doh.
It's tradition. It's identity.
So we make the baleadas by the order.
And it feels like home, even if it's nearly 2,000 miles away from Honduras.
Get you stressed out.
For her, foods like baleadas, papusas, pollo con tajadas, they are more than just something to eat.
What we can do is put in here.
They are memories, connection, and her favorite way to share who she is.
I can be here all day cooking. It's what I love. It's what I like. I think it's my thing.
When she moved from Honduras 23 years ago, the recipe she learned by her mom's side came to West Michigan with her.
It's how you feel close to home.
Like many restaurants, hers started small. During the pandemic, she began cooking papusas out of her garage.
The people, neighbors, friends come and they like it.
She started incorporating Mexican food from Veracruz, where her husband's from. At first, it was just family helping, her husband, her kids, her sister. But the lines made her realize how many people crave the flavors of home.
They came in to support us.
That support gave her and her family the confidence to open their restaurant in 2023, Antojitos Veracruzanos Rincón Catracho. The name itself roughly translates to Mexican cravings in Honduran corner.
Antojitos Veracruzanos for my husband and Rincón Catracho for me. So we mix.
Today, the restaurant has grown into a team of 12.
We love to do this.
With a menu that reflects an even wider community.
I think this country provide you different flavors, a lot of flavors. And it's good to know different food.
Their first employee was from Guatemala and taught her some authentic recipes. Now those dishes are proudly part of the menu.
Tamal here. All of them are different. Look.
Castillo loves teaching others how to make food she grew up with.
You go like this.
But it's more than food.
Then you put whatever you want on.
For her and many Hispanic restaurants in West Michigan, it's about culture, community, and pride.
We have opportunity here to show who we are.
And during Hispanic Heritage Month, she says there's no better way to celebrate than through flavors.
Now you can make a little bigger.
That bring people together across cultures.
Sometimes you feel like you're not gonna do it, and sometimes you feel this is too hard for me. It's not what I think, it's not what I want. But when you see the smile, the people when they eat,
so good.
I have to stay here.
In Wyoming, Tessa Kresh, News 8.
Thank you for joining us and celebrating the rich history of Hispanic and Latin culture here in West Michigan.
That's right. We heard stories of overcoming challenges, inspiring positive change, and heritage pride that stands strong even in tough times.
It's important to appreciate the diversity in our community and acknowledge how different cultures have come together to make West Michigan the place that it is today.
And we hope you have a great rest of your evening. Good night.